When time first began, the Eternal gave life to powerful beings of light, the Drakeels. But as misfortune would have it, the power given to these creatures awoke in them only a boundless pride and an inexhaustible thirst for dominion. Shaken by this betrayal, the Eternal banished them to the deepest abyss of Dracomundus. It was there, in the depths of the earth, that they twisted into the monstrosities that we know today as dragons. Alas, possessed more than ever by hate and vanity, the Banished refused to admit themselves defeated. Through their voices, they persisted in corrupting humanity. Through their blood, they defiled the land we call our home. From that moment on, mankind would live in fear. Fear that one of the Dragon Lords, the most powerful of the Banished, would one day return to the surface. With the support of his Dragonkin, Saw Ichnog succeeded in escaping from his subterranean prison. And brave souls, guided by the light, rose up and vowed to push him back. Soldiers of the Order, righteous and faithful to the Eternal, who suffered body and soul after coming into contact with draconic corruption. Rare were those who remained impervious to the depraved whispers of the dragons on the outskirts of this gaping breach. One such person was Godefroy of Clairval, Grand Knight of the Order of the Eternal.
Oh, it's our turn. Okay. Okay. So. A. We can go poke, poke, poke. B. Upper slash. It is X. You have to hold it. Oh, that depletes our mana. Y. Oh, Y is our E attack. See that? RB is like... Okay, this has a cooldown and this is smash with our shield. Audio bit. This is not a keyboard. You can play with keyboard also if you want. But I did get the controller.
The voice of the Dragon Lord blighted people's spirits and petrified their bodies, instilling terror and madness into those who heard it. Never before had a breach so vast been rent between the two worlds.
Masked Fanatic. Yeah, the intro was really nice, I agree.
It was here, at this wound between worlds, that the corruption was most potent. One by one, haunted by the whispers from below, the people succumbed to madness. Draconic blood sullied the earth and corrupted the creatures that trod upon it. Pitiful in their wretchedness, and too weak to resist the command of their new masters, they drank the blood of the dragon and gave in to depravity. Thus enslaved, they were twisted into ghastly monsters, mockeries, Dragonkin.
If I get the loot, yeah, there's no loot, or I thought if I make the stuff kaput, but there's nothing, and also for monsters. So far we did not get anything, or? Also, I find this really nice that it's voiced so far. Oh. But I already can tell you, I would, personally, I think they should give the, what do you say, the fighting a bit more weight. It feels a bit floaty. Can you say that like that? That's not terrible, but it could use a bit more, I don't know, heaviness.
Men, women, children, animals. For as many slaves as there were devoted to their cruel masters,
Burn!
just as many grotesque monsters blindly obeyed any order given to them by their dragon lord.
No loot in prologue. Check inventory. Is maybe a geared character already? Also we got a prepared character for the prologue, yeah. I used some healing. What did I do? We're also level 50 already when you look at the bottom left, or? I don't think we have an inventory. Also, we can go here. So, they're controlled also, but I thought we maybe can see the settings. But at least doesn't matter which key I click. I don't think I have an inventory now for the demo. You only can also try this prepared character during the demo, so I guess they just want to get a feeling for the game and the story. Did you play it first? You're very welcome. I try my best. But the fire looks super pretty, oh? I mean, look at it. No? Beautiful. New. We have fireworks, yeah? That is nice. Oh, thank you for... Green and fire, that's not good. Oh. But yeah, thank you, so I don't have to bother to clear all the barrels.
Only the most righteous of souls, guided and supported by the Eternal, were able to resist the corrupting call that led the living to damnation.
And there are many enemies.
These righteous few bore the feeble flame of man through the darkest shadow, and though it flickered, it would not be extinguished.
The fire is really nice. Yeah. Oh, so many dragons, huh? Can you believe it? Dragons in your own homeland. What are you gonna do? Hope our family is safe. Ah, yes, good to do it. Those are good, but more Diablo style than Path of Exile. That I really can't compare. They are more profi than I am. But the effects and everything are pretty. Long day. Have a good night, Orakan. Buenos noches.
Filled with these fleeting embers of hope, a few brave souls founded an alliance to carve the first breach into draconic defenses. Here, the Dragonkin's power was strong. It fused our world with that of the Banished. Godefroy of Clairval heroically broke through and shattered their defense barriers. This act of bravery, a feat of the righteous alliance of men, allowed me to lend aid to the Knights of the Order of the Eternal. Me, Almantir, Grand Oracle of Pytho Durkan, Dragon Blood, a human altered but not consumed by the draconic blood that flows through my veins. My sisters and I have powers given to us by the dragon, but our souls remain our own.
Wow. Can we play her? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Ooh, look at this. Zoom, zoom. Nice spell.
Neither dragonkin nor entirely human, and afforded extraordinary abilities by our forebearers.
Oh, she doesn't have so much mana than the other one, oh? Or they cost more.
By those who drank the blood of the only banished dragon to have ever repented before the Eternal.
Oh, but she's plays really different, yeah? I can already tell you, even though her stuff is cool, I like the other guy more. But the effects look really pretty, I have to say. Look really nice. KO2 or maybe 3 fit with the graphics, but some feel more like Last Epoch or Gatewalker.
These few drops of draconic blood connected our thoughts to those of the dragons.
It looks good, yeah. Also graphics and everything really pretty, yeah.
Struck by fleeting visions, we sought glimpses into their deeds and understanding of the feelings that drove them.
Path of Exile 2, there's a race going on in Path of Exile. What do you have to do? Like speedrunning something?
With that understanding came a vulnerability. We soon learned that we were at the mercy of their whispers. The voices threatened to consume us, with no hope of salvation.
Have to, I think, activate a statue over here. Extra potential state with reach over 80 to get some smoke of Exile 2. Okay. Also, you mean you have to play in Path of Exile 1 to get something for Path of Exile 2?
But the formidable link that connected us to the dragons had also awakened something within us. We lived strong in the certainty that the Eternal had pardoned us for the draconic corruption in our veins.
Not the new classes, no. 3 games are already difficult at once. The 4th one is just too much. People are rushing. First level 5 and then 6, 15. Wait, you can get some optic collectibles for Path of Exile 1 and then go to Path of 2. Nice idea. Oh yeah, why not, yeah? I'm wondering why they decided to let you play. I guess level 50 is rucked, or? I'm wondering why they decided to introduce the game like that.
Our civilization fell alongside the blue dragon Pythodurcan, forcing us to live amongst men in the city of the Order of the Eternal.
Yeah, but I like the other character more. Also, I can't say anything about the person, but you know, play games, also, yeah, fighting style. I prefer the other guy.
Closer to the breach made by Sir Ichnog, Godefroy, fighting fire with fire, confronted the draconic hordes. I battled by his side, but my strategy was less direct. My draconic power allowed me to open up a passageway for the men of Nuragard, all of them prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice to save what remained of humanity. Once this invisible barrier had been breached, they knew that their lives would hang by mere threads. But these warriors from the north cared little for the uncertainties of our plan. A hero's death in the heat of battle with their enemy was the greatest honor that could befall them. Led by the pale dragon blood Harold Truelson, the barbarian fleet had but one objective: to lure the enemy into the open sea and leave the path to the breach vulnerable. If a single vessel reached the coast, then this sacrifice would not have been for naught. Harold Truelson reached the hostile shore and avenged those fallen from the Toriel clan.
Now you play him. He's cool, I guess. Oh, his
The barbarians of
better, yeah?
Nuragard feared neither pain nor death, and they welcomed violence as they might an old and familiar friend. Truelson knew this friend better than most.
Much better.
His existence thus far had been one of suffering,
we can
of
jump.
hardening his resolve, and of preparing to endure the worst of torments, without losing the one thing of value every warrior of his clan held dear: his soul. While the Knights of the Order of the Eternal had always been forbidden from making use of dragon's blood, the warriors from the north, staying true to their values, had taken this risk. A
It's more
select
like a
few, highly trained clansmen, risking their lives in the process, had successfully imbibed the pale dragon's blood without succumbing to the corrupting voices. Among them was Truelson. To become a dragon blood barbarian, he paid the ultimate price and cast away a portion of his humanity. In exchange, he received draconic powers that he put to use for the Toriel clan, the Eternal, and humanity at large. And even if all others, from Montesky to Nuragard, recognized the courage and sacrifice of these brave warriors, there was not one that did not also regard them with sincere disgust. While there could be no doubt of their loyalty to Toriel, defender of the Eternal, their bodies, defiled by the dragon as they were, drove the rest of mankind to reject them. Truelson, for his part, cared little for his appearance. What did this matter after all, as long as his soul remained intact?
But he's good. Also this character, that's more my playstyle. But to be honest, whatever she told on story, I could not follow along. Because I was so focused on fighting I don't know what story she told about him and his background. Man, yeah, a lot of dragons. I don't have mana.
The pale dragon blood had achieved his goal. The Alliance's plan, as unlikely as it was to succeed, could run its course. The barbarian waited for the signal that would tell him where to carve a bloody path through enemy defenses and lure the dragons far away from the breach. The Kongirati nomads, every bit as proud and as fearless as the warriors from the north, joined the alliance of men to help push back Sor Iknog, the Crimson Dragon. Sitting astride their draconic hybrids, these tracker archers faced the dragons steadfastly and seemingly without fear. Not one would allow the enemy to make easy prey of them. Hides, wings, teeth, blood. For the Kongirati, each draconic monstrosity was not only a threat, but also a quarry from which they could gain valuable resources.
Oh, can you play Archer?
And where others had begged and prayed for divine salvation, these nomads made full use of anything the earth and providence offered them in order to survive. Their master tracker, Eula, however, did not see things in such stark shades of black and white. Of all those who made up their number, she was the first to recognize the value of this eternal light. She rejected neither the ancestral traditions nor the tracking of the Dragonkin, who had made it possible for the Kongirat to excel in the arts of potions, alchemy, poisons, and draconic hybridization. How long would her people be able to continue traveling freely if the corruption were to poison the entire world? It was for this reason that she joined the Alliance of Men.
We are spitting ice. Yeah, we could not do that, but he made it in the video, yeah? Almost cool what you have now. Can you? Is this a single player hack and slash, or is it a co-op or online stuff?
To seal this union, the Order of the Eternal entrusted her
we have
with one of their
also,
most powerful
close attack.
relics, a single glimmering scale of light.
Hello Quickstar, hello Bellamy, how are you doing? How was the dentist? Where do we have to go? Ah, here.
If the legends are to be believed, this scale had been pried from the hide of one of the Drakeels in the heat of battle, back when these beings of light had pushed back the banished dragon lords that ventured too close to the surface. Each champion had one, and the power of their light would be needed to push Sor Iknog back into the shadows.
It sounds like eggnog, yeah. But it's a bit different. I think this is eggnog. Eierlikör, ja. So. And this was easy, just impressions. Oh, just checking if everything is feeling good. Was he happy? And so far, I like the most the ice dude. So the half guy, the barbarian. Then the shield guy. Then the archer. And the least, the electricity lady. Questions? Oh, an Abdruck. Like when you have to get the stuff in your mouth, then you have to wait that it's getting a bit hard. Then you take it out. That stuff. Yes, okay, thank you. I had no idea how that's called in English. Modular impressions. Would not have known how to call it.
It was up to Eula, armed with her scale of light, to cast the invocation. She would then know whether she had been right to put her trust in the Order and in joining the Alliance. The power of the light was like nothing ever seen before. We heard the Dragon Lord howl into our minds, racked with pain and rage. So close to the Dracomundus, our souls suffered as from 1,000 deaths, but we held fast to our positions. Inch by inch, the divine light pushed the corruption back into the breach. And it was thus that the banished lord Sor Iknog disappeared once more into the shadows, where he would suffer eternal retribution. Once calm fell, we were all that was left, the sole witnesses to the feat accomplished by the Alliance of Men. But more than ever, we knew that the taint of draconic depravity still festered in the depths of the abyss, impatient to break free once more. Thus, from the union of men and their allies that stood together in the face of the draconic threat, an elite corps was established within the Order of the Eternal, the Dragon Hunters.
Ah, so this was like the the pre-story, what you can play, and now you can... Oh yeah, I see. Then now you can try pre-made characters. How the abilities feel? From the Barbarian, they felt really good. Like they have impact. I would say the Archer was okay. Could get a bit more impact feeling. The Mage I found really not floaty, but it, you know, the spells looked strong, but they did not feel strong. I don't know how to explain it better. And the sword guy was like so lala. Would also feel a bit better, you know, the swings and everything. All is really fluid. It looks also pretty. Even so, I have to say, here now in this preview, it doesn't look so pretty. But I found in-game the spells and the you know, the effects look nice. Yeah. Could you make the dungeon, Elisera? What did I miss yesterday then? In a full version of the game, we were able to develop it, expand districts, and unlock merchants, services, and various bonuses for your characters. In this demo version, you can explore the streets as well as experiment with fast travel management. The only activity available in this demo is dungeon purification. Speak with a character to access dungeon. Sorry. I just want to see how the character looks like. We'll start one Dragonkin's planned endgame activities. This involves eliminating a set of number of enemies to access a hall where the Draconic breach will open. Wait. Ah! Okay, wait, now we have also inventory. Ooh. Man, is he strong. Oh, I'm weak. Oh, loot! Loot! Much better already. So much better. Okay. So the inventory looks like that. Here some kind of, I don't know, ancestral grid. Attributes. Stats. Talent. Our baby dragon. I struggled with the dungeon at first. Then I realized I hadn't made a path to the dungeon door. Oh, okay. I needed some kind of fountain, Elisera, but I could not find it. So I was missing one item. It was a fountain. But it was a bit short. Yeah, but you liked it. That's good. Okay. Good news, my dad got a call today and has an appointment for his eye surgery tomorrow. Oha! Oh, nice! Congrats! Oh, can you go with your dad tomorrow there? Oh, that's awesome. I hope everything will go fine. How does your dad feel? That it's so suddenly now? Okay, so I can tell you, I really like the Barbarian. He's just cool, yeah? I feel it off you. You're more than, hey enemy, why are you so far? Come closer. Oh, I'm dead. Now I did not pay attention. So, okay, but we can go to the city. So... Okay, so what do you think about the game? Let me see. What graphics did I set? Wait a minute. I have the graphics on. Graphics do we have? High. Also I have stuff on high. I mean, the game is planned to, you know, play it like this. But you can tell compared to other games, the characters are not the most beautiful ones, but I guess it's also not so important. I think the fighting is important in this case, and the loot and the balancing and everything. It sounds interesting, and you can develop your city here in long term as a goal. That's pretty nice. I'm not a profi in this type of game. I played some hack and slash in my life in the past. I'm not a huge fan of them. I can play them. I always feel like at some point I get too repetitive. Then I find them boring. So I can't say much about that. But first impression is okay. The storytelling in the prologue felt really good. And they, you know, they really took there some time and work to introduce you to the game and everything. That's pretty nice. Yeah, if you like the game, try out the demo or put it on a wish list or both, and see if it's something for you. But I think it could be promising. I said I think some of the classes and the spells could use some more weight. It feels a bit stronger with more impact, but otherwise it's quite good. So